Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back, another Pawn Masters video, and today we're actually going to talk about the second year anniversary unit a bit more, at least units, because again, I don't believe it's just going to be one right now. I don't think it's going to be one. It's probably going to be more than one. So far there have been a lot of things going around in terms of what the second year anniversary unit could be, right? The latest one with the most hints is probably red, right? Or something related to red, right? I did a video about, you know, maybe it being could be a Red versus Giovanni sort of anniversary celebration. Some people have been saying, oh, maybe mustard. Could be, you know, mustard and Urshifu, whatever, right? And I've had a actually no idea that might be possible, or might, I guess, hint us into what the anniversary unit is as well. So as you are seeing right now on the screen, this is the Champion Stadium schedule for this month, right? So this is, you know, with every week what we're getting, right? And then the most interesting part is the last part. If you could see, the anniversary is on the 28th, right? 28th, so it's 29th, depending on where you live, right? So that means on the day of the anniversary, we should be getting a new set of a new week of Champion Stadium weaknesses, right? And this one being, well, this last week, the August 30th to September the 5th one. This should be the week that we get, you know, again, the anniversary units. Get a new refresh on the Kanto Stadium. And this is interesting because usually when a new week of Champion Stadium comes out, it also coincides with whatever new unit that they're pushing, right? For example, although sometimes it's a week late, but they're usually a week late because that unit got dropped in like the middle of the week and not exactly on reset time, which in this case would most likely be exactly on reset time, right? For the Champion Stadium. So very likely we could have a unit that is one of these types of these weaknesses. So as we see here, we got Grass Week, Psychic Week, Poison Week, Dragon, Ghost Week, and Dragon Week, right? For again the Kanto Stadium. So very likely the anniversary unit could be one of these types over here, right? Grass, Psychic, Poison, Ghost, and Dragon. And if that's the case, first of all, that takes Mustard and Urshifu out of the equation, right? Because again, a lot of people have been theorizing maybe Mustard and Urshifu, but Urshifu obviously is not in any of these types, right? Because there's a single strike version, which is fighting and dark, and then a rapid strike version where it's fighting and water, and obviously we don't have fighting, water, or dark in here, right? So the Urshifu thing might actually be kind of suspect. And then there's another theory in terms of like red, right? What red could come with. Red could, a lot of people thinking maybe Pikachu. They could make a you know, non-Singsu red with a G-Max Pikachu. Then again, Pikachu is electric type, and there's no electric type over here, right? So it could still be red, but red just might be with some other Pokemon, right? Maybe Snorlax, which, I mean, if it's Snorlax, then it's normal type, and obviously nothing is weak to normal, then maybe this just doesn't matter then, right? So we still have like maybe red Snorlax, but in terms of like some other things, again, it could be quite, you know, interesting to examine, right? The other, you know, my personal theory was, you know, red versus Giovanni. Again, red could be with Snorlax, could be with something else, and then Giovanni could have, I don't know, maybe another Mewtwo, maybe a Mega Mewtwo, Armored Mewtwo, something like that, which is obviously Mewtwo is Psychic, right? Or it could be like Nidoking, which is Poison, right? They can make a Poison Nidoking or something like that. So maybe it could still be Giovanni. So to make it easier, I thought we'd just look at the legendary Pokemon, right? And then check the typings for these, right? Because I would say the chance of it being a legendary Pokemon is pretty high. I mean, I'd say legendary Pokemons are generally pretty hype, right? Even though none of the past anniversaries have, like, the anniversary has been a legendary Pokemon. It's been like what? Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard again, right? But I think, you know, now that like a lot of these pro tags are mostly all in the game, the chance of getting like another starter I don't think would be that high, right? And I think the chance of again getting a legendary would be there is like a grass week, so obviously you get like a grass type starter in there maybe, but like first of all, like what grass type starters are even left, right? Isn't it literally just Rillaboom? We have Venusaur from Gen 1, Meganium from Gen 2, Sceptile from Gen 3, Torterra from Gen 4, Serperior from Gen 5. I guess Chestnut. Okay. Oh, imagine if the anniversary unit is like Chestnut. Like, no hate against like Chestnut fans, but like I don't think Chestnut is hype enough for an anniversary unit. Okay. Gen 7's what? Decidueye, then Gen 8 we got again Rillaboomer, right? So or Rillaboom. So that's for the grass type starters. But yeah, looking at the legendaries, right? In terms of like these like sub legendary Pokemon, I'm not sure if the anniversary, if a sub legendary Pokemon would be hype enough for anniversary. Obviously there are like some things that like fit the bill, because there's a lot of psychic type legendaries if you guys haven't noticed, right? There's also dragon type legendaries, psychic dragon types, which could fit, you know, bills, because sometimes when they release units that have two types of attacks, right? For example, when they released I think Palkia, right, obviously has two types of attacks, one dragon, one water. There was in that same week I think a Dragon Week Master Mode or Dragon Week Elite Four, and like a Water Week one, right? So a lot of times again when they release dual types, they'll put both types in there, right? I think same thing with like Raihan, all the stuff. So I think very I think the interesting ones that we should probably look at are units that have 2 out of 5, right? Either like they're Psychic Poison or Grass Psychic or Poison Ghost. If they have 2 of those, right, then I'd say there's a really solid chance that could actually be it, right? So again, sub-legendaries possible. I don't think it's as likely. I think it's more likely it might be one of the big ones, right? Again, we talked about Mewtwo. Chance of another Mewtwo, whether it be Mega Mewtwo, Armor Mewtwo, right? Could be with Giovanni. Lugia is Psychic type, but Psychic Flying. Lugia would be pretty hype. I'm not sure who you would really be with, though. Maybe we could still have the chance for a Singnasu Johto trio, with one of them having Lugia, and then the other two having, like, Raikou and Suicune. But then again, there aren't any Water Week or Electric Weeks over here, right? So maybe that one wouldn't fly. No pun intended. Lugia being Flying type. And then what else do we have? Ho doesn't fit any. Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza is already in the game. Dialga does fit one, being Dragon. Palkia doesn't fit. Well, also Palkia's in the game. It does fit Dragon. Giratina is the interesting one, right? Giratina has both Ghost type and Dragon type. Both Ghost type and Dragon type. I think Giratina could actually be a legitimate contender for this one, because first of all, again, Giratina covers both Ghost type and Dragon type. And then the other thing is, if you guys haven't seen, my theory on potentially getting a second anniversary trailer drop on Wednesday, right, when the Pokemon Presents happens, do keep in mind that Pokemon Presents is probably mainly going to be about BDSP, right? Brilliant Diamond, something Pearl, Shining Pearl. I don't know, whatever. The Gen 4 remake games, right? So could it be possible that at the same time, to further hype up the whole Sinnoh thing, you drop a Lucas with Giratina, right? Which again covers both Ghost and Dragon weaknesses. He is from Sinnoh, but I do think if he is going to be in the game, not that there aren't like, there, not that there isn't precedent with, like, pro tags being poke fairs, obviously, right? There's Gloria, right? But I do think it could be like a Singsu Red situation where they introduce like the Singsu version of Lucas first before they introduce like the version like a regular Lucas, because again, I do think there's an extremely high chance the anniversary unit's going to be a Master Fair, right? And if that's the case, I'm not sure if a regular Lucas is going to be like that high enough level to be this like Master Fair, so it might be, they might drop like a Singsu Lucas, tie it into the new second part of the story arc or something, right? And then later on they could release like regular Lucas like next year or whatever, who knows, right? So yeah, I do think that could be a possibility, like Lucas with Giratina over here, or maybe Cyrus, like Singsu Cyrus maybe. Again, it could be some like Rainbow Rocket stuff that they're doing with Giovanni in the second story arc, and then we get like a Singsu Cyrus with Giratina. First of all, that'd be very terrifying for the story implications wise, but yeah, that I guess could also, you know, be there. What else? Reshiram has Dragon. Again, doesn't fit both. Zekron's in the game, Kieran's in the game, Zuri's in this game, Yelthal's in the game, Zygarde has Dragon, but you know, Ground's not in there. Cosmo, I don't think these guys. Lunala's the other one. Alright, Lunala, Psychic Ghost. Lunala being Psychic Ghost. Again, that hits 2 out of 5 of these, right? But the thing is, you can't really link Lunala to anyone specifically, right? Like, you could say, oh, maybe like a Singsu version of the Lowland Pro tags, maybe, right? Or maybe like a Singsu version of Hao, but then again, it just seems way just out of nowhere, right? If that makes sense. It's just, yeah, it's way out of left field to have that. But again, it does match the typings, right? Being against Psychic and Ghost over here. But also do wonder, like, since we just got like a big, you know, Ghost type, or not Ghost type, but Psych type, and well, I guess Psychic and Ghost type with Mewtwo, right? As well as Hoopa. Are they gonna do like another one so soon? So who knows, right? Again, Luna could be, but yeah, who knows about that one? Necrozma, also an interesting one, because Necrozma, if we actually, you know, obviously Dawnwing's Necrozma is Psychic and Ghost, right? So who knows what could happen with you know, again, Necrozma in this case. The Ultra Necrozma is Psychic and Dragon, which does fit the does fit the bill here. But again, same thing with Necrozma as with Lunala is, who are you really gonna pair it up with, right? Like, there are characters that make sense. Could be someone from the Recon Squad or whatever, right? But are they really that hype of a character in comparison to, again, Singsu Leon, which was the run-up unit, right? That's also why I'm slightly wary about like Lucas, because I don't think Lucas is as hype as, well, literally a Singsu version of a champion, right? Which was for the run-up. So, but Ultra Necrozma as a Pokemon is definitely hype enough to be the anniversary Pokemon, right? Moving on, Zacian Zapteta turned as they're all in the game. Calyrex. This is the other interesting one, right? I think the most interesting ones are probably Calyrex and Giratina as prospects, right? Because Calyrex, Psychic, and Grass covers 2 of these, and is Galarian. And again, they're doing all this, you know, Dynamax stuff. They're introducing Dynamax, so maybe they'll throw in another Galarian unit, right? Like, again, I see a lot of people talking about like the Urshifus, which makes sense because they actually do have a G-Max form in comparison to Calyrex, which doesn't really have a G-Max form, right? But maybe they just want to just go Galarian on it. Could be Calyrex, right? So either you push Sinnoh or you push Galar, or both. Who knows, right? Looking at the mythical Pokemon, obviously there's a lot of Psychic types. I'm not going to talk too much about the mythicals. Obviously, Hoopa's already in the game, but there is one slightly interesting one. And that one is Celebi, because Celebi, Grass Psychic, right? Again, we've talked about. Grass Psychic takes 2 out of 5 of those types. And what they could maybe do, because there, you know, there's Giovanni ties with Celebi, right? Back from the Heart Gold Soul Silver event. So maybe they could do, again, they could still do Red versus Giovanni, but throw in Celebi as Giovanni's partner or sync pair Pokemon. That could be maybe a possibility, right? Or all this typing doesn't matter and they just drop like Arceus, which could change it to like any type. Which again, yeah, the Direct has Legends of Arceus stuff in there as well, so maybe, right? So, anyways, that's me on this one, I guess. Hope y'all enjoyed. Just a quick, you know, some thoughts on another, I guess, potential with looking at the Champion Stadium weeks, right? So, again, hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know, guys, think in the comments down below, right? Let me know your own thoughts on all this stuff. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.